Welcome to Neural Nexus Podcast, where we explore the hottest topics shaping the world. Let's dive in.
Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive with me.
And me.
So today, we're going to be looking at something that's been in the headlines quite a bit lately. Kind of a big conversation starter.
Yeah, very sensitive topic, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And it touches on, respect, representation, and really gets into some of the challenges that we see facing transgender individuals, particularly in the political sphere.
Absolutely.
So we're diving into an article today from the Daily Beast.
Okay.
It was published on March 11, 2025.
Okay.
The title is Fight Erupts as Congressman Insults Trans Rep Sarah McBride.
Wow.
So that's what we're going to be looking at today. And it all really kind of centers around an interaction between Representative Sarah McBride,
right.
who is a transgender representative from Delaware, and a Texas Representative, Keith Self. And during a debate on the House floor, Representative Self referred to Representative McBride as a gentleman.
Oh, wow.
And so this is what sparked this whole incident that we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great example of how something that, might seem like a small thing can actually have a huge ripple effect, right?
Yeah.
It really brings up questions about, inclusivity and the challenges that marginalized communities face.
And especially the importance of language.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
And how, using the correct pronouns and things like that, it's about more than just, being grammatically correct. It's about respecting somebody's identity and who they are.
Exactly. And, for a transgender person being misgendered like that, whether it was intentional or not, it can be really, really hurtful and damaging.
Yeah, it's like almost like a denial of who you are.
Yeah.
And it's a constant reminder that maybe other people don't see you or accept you for who you are.
Absolutely. And on a psychological level, that can be really damaging.
Right.
It can lead to feelings of, isolation or anxiety, maybe even depression.
Right. And this is happening in the U.S. Congress.
Right.
Which is supposed to represent all Americans.
Right.
So that's, an interesting thing to consider.
Absolutely. And does this incident say something about our current political climate? Are we not as accepting and understanding as we maybe should be?
Yeah, and I think one thing that's interesting about this article from the Daily Beast is that it doesn't really mention any immediate reactions to the misgendering.
Oh, interesting.
Did Representative Self apologize or clarify his statement?
Right.
Was there any acknowledgement from other representatives? The article really doesn't say.
So the silence itself is kind of significant. I mean, does it suggest that there's a lack of awareness or that people are just kind of reluctant to address the issue head on?
Yeah. And that kind of leads into my next thought, which is, so we have this incident that has sparked, all these conversations and all this debate, but then the immediate reaction is silence, at least from what the Daily Beast is reporting.
Right.
Do you think that's telling at all?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it really raises some concerns for me about the level of accountability and whether this is going to be used as a learning experience, Are we going to grow from this?
Right. And, it makes you think, how does something like this affect other transgender people who might be considering a career in politics?
Right. Like, is this going to discourage people
Yeah.
from pursuing public office if they think that they're going to be treated with that same disrespect and hostility?
Yeah. I mean, the whole situation is pretty disheartening, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Is there any reason for optimism here, do you think?
Well, at least people are talking about it.
Right.
This incident is being discussed and debated and analyzed.
Right.
And I think that that's a good sign. It means that there's a growing awareness of transgender issues.
Right.
And hopefully that leads to greater understanding and respect.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
So if we kind of take a step back from all this, what do you think is the big takeaway? What should our listeners really think about after listening to this deep dive?
Well, as cliche as it might sound, words have power.
Yeah.
And this seemingly small act of misgendering, it can have far-reaching consequences. It impacts individuals and communities and even, as we saw, the political landscape. And I think it's a reminder that we all need to be mindful of our language and create a culture of respect and inclusivity.
Yeah, very well said. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. And to all our listeners, remember, you can find this article from the Daily Beast, Fight Erupts as Congressman Insults Trans Rep Sarah McBride, online, published March 11, 2025. Check it out and let us know what you think. Until next time.
See ya.